Hello, welcome back everyone. In this next session, we will highlight the role of healthy buildings and how they could play the role in protecting us and from the extended effects of COVID-19 pandemic. So in a minute, you will hear from Mohamed, Yusef, Al-Binfala. And while you are listening, please do feel free to post any questions that you have because Mohamed is here with us and he'd be happy to take any of your questions after his presentation. Mohamed is the CEO of the Bahrain Airport company, who has been responsible for managing, operating, and developing Bahrain International Airport since 2010. Mohamed has led the team and worked jointly with the Ministry of Transportation and Telecommunications since 2014 to deliver the 1.1 billion Bahrain International Airport Modernization Program with the aim of enhancing the airport's infrastructure and sustaining the growth of Bahrain's aviation sector in line with the Kingdom's Vision 2030. He is a founding member of the Bahrain Green Building Council and currently serves as its chairman. So, Mohamed, thank you for joining us, and the floor is all yours.
Good morning. Thank you for the warm introduction. I'm pleased to join you today to update you on some of the Kingdom of Bahrain's advancements in aviation and environmental sustainability. Although the COVID-19 pandemic has disrupted our lives, it has helped us to re-establish the connection between our health and the built environment. During this session, we will highlight the role that green buildings can play in protecting us from the extended effects of the pandemic. Any situation in which people are near one another for long periods of time increases the risk of transmission. Indoor locations, especially settings where there is poor or no ventilation, pose a greater risk. Fortunately, there are steps that can be taken to reduce the potential for airborne transmission of COVID-19. The layout and design of any building, as well as its occupancy levels and type of heating, ventilation, and air conditioning system, can significantly reduce the spread of the virus. Green buildings employ sustainability strategies that reduce energy and water consumption, improve waste management, and enhance indoor air quality, making them a key component in our fight against this invisible enemy. Bahrain Airport Company, the operator of Bahrain International Airport, is committed to running the airport as an environmentally friendly and efficient facility. Through the Airport Modernization Program, which is one of the most ambitious national development projects in Bahrain civil aviation history, we have made significant contributions that minimize the airport's environmental impact and improve the overall travel experience. In January of this year, we transferred operations successfully to the new passenger terminal, a state-of-the-art facility that will play a major role in delivering the sustainable energy goals outlined in Bahrain's Economic Vision 2030. The terminal is a LEED Gold certified building, making it the largest green building in the kingdom. Although the new terminal is 4 times larger than the old airport, it uses 25% less energy than conventional buildings. Sustainable materials and environmental best practices also minimize pollution during the construction process. The airport is an urban sanctuary shaped by environmental responsibility. Its sustainable design plays a major role in reducing overall energy consumption, as does the advanced building management system that controls systems with fluctuating demand, like heating, ventilation, air conditioning, and artificial lighting. Our skylight strategy lets in more natural light, reducing the need for artificial lighting and creating a soothing ambience. The double glazing provides a barrier against outside heat and decreases the need for air conditioning. The terminal features energy-efficient lighting using LED strips to lower power consumption while maintaining the terminal aesthetic. And occupancy sensors ensure that lighting is only turned on when they are needed. Air quality and CO2 levels are monitored by smart heating, ventilation, and air conditioning sensors. Meanwhile, a reverse osmosis plant provides potable water while using 30% less energy by utilizing a pressure heat exchanger. BIA's demand control ventilation pairs HVAC systems with carbon dioxide sensors that vary the intake of outdoor air depending on the building's occupancy. When there are more people, more air is brought in, diluting the concentration of airborne contaminants and making infections less likely. All of these elements contribute to creating a cleaner and safer travel experience for our passengers. Due to COVID-19, travelers are understandably apprehensive about flying, and it will take time for the joy of traveling to return. Therefore, it is our responsibility to put their minds at ease by maintaining the highest level of vigilance so that we can contribute to the buildup of confidence in the travel industry. BIA received Airport Health Accreditation from the Airports Council International. This recognition from the Global Aviation Organization acknowledges our commitment to safeguarding the well-being of passengers and staff during the pandemic. The accreditation program provides airports with an assessment of how aligned their health measures are with ACI's Aviation Business Restart and Recovery Guidelines, the International Civil Aviation Organization ICAO's Council Aviation Restart Task Force recommendations, and industry best practices. It is worth noting that BIA never stopped operating during the pandemic. While global travel restrictions saw most commercial flights grounded, the airport played a key role in the kingdom's fight against the virus, facilitating the import of PPEs and urgent medical supplies, and helping repatriate stranded Bahraini nationals. BAC took a proactive approach from the onset of the pandemic, introducing a range of measures to minimize the impact and protect public health. We also rolled out our business continuity plans, conducted risk assessments, and activated a crisis management team to continuously assess the situation. These measures remain in place at the new terminal building, enabling us to deliver a hassle-free airport experience replete with comfort, connections, and character. Some of the precautionary measures include frequently sterilizing and disinfecting the airport, installing hand sanitizer dispensers throughout the building, enforcing social distancing, and ensuring that personal protective equipment such as face masks and gloves are available for passengers and staff alike. We have also installed plastic shields on all counters to provide an additional measure of protection while processing passengers at check-in and border control checks. Furthermore, we have launched a program to encourage airport staff to enroll in the national vaccination campaign and provided airport staff with access to PCR testing in the terminal itself. The airport has a clinic as well as first aid and isolation rooms to deal with suspect cases. Waste management is another key factor in our fight against this virus. We have implemented a new waste management program to ensure that biohazardous waste is handled correctly by both staff and service providers. Airports are complex operating environments with multiple stakeholders who have to work collaboratively to deliver a safe and secure travel experience to passengers. BAC recently established the Airport Health, Safety, and Environment Committee, which brings the stakeholders together and provides a platform to exchange information, ideas, and best practices. This vital channel for cooperation is playing a major role in aligning our efforts and, in turn, helping curb the spread of the virus. The key to tackling climate change is thinking globally and acting locally. As a member of the High Energy Consumers Committee of Bahrain, which is comprised of key government and non-government institutions, BAC works proactively to support the implementation of the Kingdom's National Energy Efficiency Action Plan, set by the Sustainable Energy Authority of Bahrain. The plan aims to conserve resources and reflects the Kingdom's efforts to deliver the sustainable energy transition outlined in its Economic Vision 2030. One of its main goals is to reduce Bahrain's energy consumption by 6% by the year 2025. The new terminal will play a vital role in achieving this objective. Meanwhile, Bahrain International Airport continues working to become a carbon-neutral facility, and it has achieved level 2 reduction of the Airport Council International's Airport Carbon Accreditation Program. The program is the only institutionally endorsed carbon management certification standard for airports, and it recognizes facilities that successfully manage and reduce their carbon footprint. Furthermore, demonstrating our commitment to environmental sustainability, BAC is set to achieve LEED certification for other key airport modernization program facilities, including gold certification for a multi-story car park and silver certification for the central utilities complex. BIA is still among the smaller airports in the region. However, with its environmental credentials and focus on delivering comfort, connections, and character, we believe it is on par with the best airports in the world. I extend my best wishes to the organizers and attendees of this Congress and wish them a successful session ahead. When COVID-19 restriction eases, I look forward to inviting you to tour the new terminal so that you can experience our achievements firsthand. Thanking you for your time.
So we have heard so much great content over the last 2 days, and I would like to hand over to Lisa Reynolds, the CEO of the Green Building Council South Africa now, for the not so easy task of bringing all of this together and delivering her closing remarks over the last 2 days of our Congress. Lisa has assisted the South African government and their green building framework policies and energy efficiency tax incentives and strategies. Lisa served on the board and the technical committee of the GBC South Africa, as well as on the technical working groups for rating tools and criteria. And she became the CEO of GBC South Africa in June last year. She was president of the SAEEC from 2016 to 2019 and was previously the president of the ESCO Association. Lisa was also instrumental in the formation of the South African Females in Energy Efficiency within the SAEEC. So thank you for joining us, Lisa. The floor is yours.
Hello, everyone. I am so sorry that technology did not allow me to give the closing remarks for the Middle East and Africa Green Building Congress. Because what an amazing Congress it was. What an amazing 2 days we had together with knowledge and information sharing, interactions, questions and answers. I came out there way wiser than when I went in, and I hope that all of you did as well, and I'm sure you all did. You know, we're all part of the World Green Building Council, and sometimes I think it's a bit of a misnomer, because when we look at what we covered in the Congress, it's beyond green buildings. We looked at net zero, we looked at green precincts, we looked at green cities, health and wellness of places, of cities. We looked at greening the path to recovery. It's beyond buildings, and that's what we're about. We're not just about being green building councils, we are being about greening of spaces, much more than green buildings. What I loved about the Congress as well was the overarching themes of collaboration, integration, and the holistic approach. What also came through was that these things don't happen by accident. You have to plan for it, an integrated plan. You have to do radical collaboration for it to happen. It doesn't just happen by accident. We have to be planning these things. We have to be working together to do these things. We have to find partners in these things and get them done. What I loved as well was that it wasn't just about talking about things, it was also about doing things. So if you look at it, often we go to places where it's talk shop, it's talk about the theory of green, but we go beyond the theory of green and we talk about implementation. We looked at the research done in greening a school and the actual benefits that come from that greening, the benefits for those children inside that school. We looked at a few of the events. We looked at the greening of Bahrain Airport. I mean, how amazing is that? Who would have thought that out of all the buildings you could choose, you could actually green something as complex as that airport? So, Mr. Mohamed, Yusef, Al-Binfala, you extended an invitation to us to come and see that airport. And I think as soon as COVID allows, I'd love to be one of those who take you up on your invitation. So I hope you don't regret it, because you might find there's more people there than you anticipated. So I would like to thank Majid Al-Futam for their continued support of us and the support of this Congress. I'd like to thank all the speakers and the panelists for amazing insight. It was really, really great. As I said before, I've learned a lot from the last 2 days. I'd like to thank the organizers. I know things go wrong, but generally it looks all smooth on the surface. So I always talk about ducks on a pond. You know, they're swimming all smoothly across the surface of the pond, but underneath their little legs are going like crazy. And I think that sums up the organization of these events. Dominica, I want to thank you for your facilitation. You are truly remarkable and unflappable in these circumstances. You're a great facilitator, and I want to say thank you for joining us and participating in the event. It was great to have you. I want to say thank you to sponsors, to the contributors, to everybody. You have made this Congress the success it was. And I would like to say especially thank you to the delegates and the participants, and for your active participation, because that always makes a difference in these things. It's so hard sometimes to be speaking to a screen, but when you see the questions come up on the right-hand side, and you know that people are engaged, and you know that your audience is there listening, participating, that is what a truly successful Congress is all about. So guys, I'm not going to bore you too much more. So I just want to say thank you very much. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. And I wish you well in your green journey going ahead. Bye-bye, everybody.